May 8, 2026. A missile rises from Abdul Kalam Island off the Odisha coast. People see it from West Bengal, from Odisha, from Bangladesh. A long bright streak climbing through the twilight, and then it is gone. Hours later, a defense source tells us it was an ICBM, India's first. The launch took place from Abdul Kalam Island near Chandipur, and the missile test involved a danger corridor of about 3,560 kilometers over the Bay of Bengal. Only 4 countries have ever deployed ICBMs. India just became the 5th. The timing of the test is significant, Operation Sindoor's first anniversary. While Pakistan flexes its new Fateh 3 missile that promises to match India's BrahMos, Delhi responds with something much bigger that can scare even China and the United States, and the hint came just days before.
Does India need a long-range strategic missile like what we know about the Agni-6? If yes, by when is it coming?
So I will say no comments. It is the government's decision. We are ready whenever the government gives us the go-ahead.
The defense source says the mystery missile does not appear to be the Agni-6. DRDO Chairman Samir Kamath has stated India is technologically prepared for the Agni-6 program, which is expected to feature MIRV capability and a range above 10,000 kilometers pending government approval.
With respect to the hypersonic, we are working on 2 programs, the hypersonic glide missile and the hypersonic cruise missiles. The hypersonic cruise missiles is one which has a scramjet engine, and it is powered during its flight. The hypersonic glide missile is a missile which uses a booster to give it the initial velocity, and then it just glides without any powering. The glide missile will come out first. We should be doing the first trials fairly soon, and that is at a more advanced stage than the cruise missile. The cruise missile, the program has not yet been sanctioned, although we are working on the various technologies which will get into the cruise missile. Recently, we have done a scramjet propulsion for more than 1,000 seconds. So that's been a major achievement, and once the program is sanctioned, we'll convert the scramjet propulsion into a working missile system.
Reports claim the tested system as an advanced Agni-5 Mk2, incorporating a hypersonic glide vehicle payload alongside MIRV technologies. Here is why the HGV detail matters enormously. A standard ballistic missile follows a predictable arc. Radar tracks it, interceptors are positioned. A hypersonic glide vehicle detaches at altitude and glides unpredictably at hypersonic speeds, maneuvering and changing course. No current missile defense system in the world can reliably intercept it. If this identification holds, India didn't merely join the ICBM club, it showed up with the most sophisticated membership card in existence. Before the missile flew, one number told the entire story. The danger corridor stretched 3,560 kilometers. That is more than double the 1,500-kilometer range of India's long-range anti-ship hypersonic missile tested the previous week. An ICBM must exceed 5,500 kilometers. So why did the corridor show only 3,560 kilometers? India used a shortened, depressed trajectory, validating technologies without a full intercontinental flight. India was not showing off, but it was showing enough. The launch was carried out under joint supervision of DRDO and the Strategic Forces Command, marking another major development in India's long-range strategic missile program. Russia's RS-28 Sarmat, China's DF-41, 12,000 to 15,000 kilometers, MIRV capable, America's Minuteman III and its incoming replacement, the Sentinel. India just walked into that room, and uniquely walked in with hypersonic glide technology integrated from day one, leapfrogging an entire generation of ICBM development. On May 7th, India also tested the Terra-glide weapon, converting unguided warheads into precision munitions, 3 rungs of the escalation ladder in 48 hours. India allowed this launch to be seen. It did not suppress the videos. It did not deny the NOTAM. It simply said nothing, and then watched the world do the work for it. That is a textbook application of strategic ambiguity. When an adversary cannot confirm the range, the payload, the maneuverability, or the MIRV capability of a system, they have to plan against the worst-case version of it. Pakistan's Strategic Vision Institute warned that future Indian systems with ranges exceeding 8,000 kilometers could place even the United States and Russia within India's strike capability, which is precisely the psychological effect India is engineering by staying silent on exactly what flew. The message to Pakistan is clear. The message to China, which has its own expanding missile defense network, is equally clear. India is developing systems designed to penetrate both. Pakistan is the immediate symbolic backdrop here, but the long game is China. India's defense establishment has repeatedly acknowledged the challenge of a two-front threat environment. Longer-range Agni systems are specifically designed to hold Chinese strategic infrastructure at risk, from protected launch positions deep inside Indian territory, less vulnerable to preemptive strikes. China has simultaneously expanded its nuclear arsenal, deployed surveillance assets in the Indian Ocean, and accelerated its own hypersonic weapons program. India's response is this: keep pace, match the range, complicate the calculations. The Agni-5's payload was 1,500 kilograms. DRDO is developing modified Agni-5 variants capable of carrying 7,500 to 8,000 kilograms of payload, including bunker buster variants designed to penetrate 80 to 100 meters of reinforced concrete before detonating. That is a 5 times increase in payload mass in a single generational jump. China can only imagine. Pakistan's Fatah 3 jubilation could be short-lived, and the Indo-Pacific, even the United States, will be watching. For decades, India's nuclear deterrence was regional. As of May 8, 2026, it is global. Any country, any target, any continent, that is not a threat. India does not make threats. It just makes missiles that scare.
If they had a nuclear weapon,
The old rules are breaking. Alliances are shifting.
Apologize again to the victims of the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Wars are redrawing maps. Oil routes can shake economies overnight. One election in America can impact markets in Mumbai.
no tax on tips.
One move by China can alter the balance in Asia. One conflict in West Asia can hit every Indian household. This is no longer a distant story. This is our story. Your story. Because for the first time in decades, India is not watching from the sidelines. India is rising. India is negotiating. India is balancing rivals. India is building military strength. India is shaping trade routes. India is becoming central to the new global order. And yet, most global news is still told through someone else's lens. Washington's lens, Beijing's lens, London's lens. But where is India's lens? Where is the platform that explains the world from our perspective? Welcome to India's Axis, a new destination for geopolitics, strategy and power seen through India's eyes. From Neighborhood Watch to the biggest global stories that matter to you. Why tensions in the Taiwan Strait matter to India. How one move by China can affect India's security. What turmoil in Pakistan means for regional stability. How Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan shape India's neighborhood. Why oil choke points can hit your wallet. How wars abroad can reshape India's security. This is not noise. This is not shouting. This is not recycled headlines. This is sharp, intelligent storytelling. Daily explainers, war room analysis, strategic conversations. Because news is everywhere, but perspective is rare. And in the age of confusion, clarity is power. Axis is for the audience that wants more than headlines. The axis of global power is shifting. India is at the center of that shift. It's time the world was explained accordingly. To understand the world through India's strategic lens. Subscribe now.